Welcome back to another editions of Digital Life with John. Now, in today's tutorial or in today's edition, we're going to see the three most powerful functions used in Excel when dealing with data cleaning. Now, have you ever reached a point whereby you extracted or you imported your data from a different website or from a file, but when importing it within the Excel, it gives you crazy data? Now, in this video, I'm going to show you how to clean with these three most powerful functions within Excel to clean and make your data ready for easy insights. So we're gonna see the three most powerful functions within Excel, which is a trim function, the proper function, and the substitute function. But before we go further, don't forget to check out on our latest video whereby we talked about how to remove objects within our sheet or Excel sheet. Check it out, it's pinned within the description below, or click or check out on our channel and search how to remove objects within the Excel. Let's dig down in our Excel and we see how to use these three most powerful Excel functions. So I have my simple data set here, which I extracted from my website. I have my customers data here, sort of some. I have my contacts ID in column B. I have my patient's ID, column C, and I have my address in column D, my phone numbers in column E, and their full name in column F. Now my data here looks messy, and if you don't if you did not pay attention, you cannot understand it. So in this, I cannot share this data with my colleagues or with my boss when it looks like this. So I'm going to show, or we're going to clean it using these three most powerful Excel functions. Now let's first go on the first column, which is column B, and it has the customer's ID. So cleaning this, I see there is some spaces within it, and I would like to remove that crossing or I would like to connect this with the one together, and I would like to remove the separator which is there inside. So I'll go ahead and I click to the next column beside my column B. I press Ctrl Shift plus to add an empty column. So I'll come beside my cell beside it in the column C, which is empty right now, and I'll start typing with an equal sign. Remember, any formula or any functions starts with an equal sign. So I'll start typing with an equal sign, then I start writing a trim. I want to first remove the extra spaces within it. Then I click here, close my parentheses, I click enter, I come back, I double click it here so that it copy itself all the way down. So that's how we use the trim function within the Excel. But again, I want to remove this separator from it. Again, I'll come to the next cell beside it, the next column. I press Ctrl Shift plus, then I come to the next cell the next to the my data. I click equal sign, then I start writing substitute. Now what substitute does, it replaces existing text with a new text in the text string. So I want to remove this separator, so I'll double click my function. I'll double click my function. I click the data range. I put the comma. Put this. I want to remove that. Press a comma. I close my. I hit enter. Okay, just a second. As you can see, now what happens? Now my data or contacts ID, it's now clean and neat. Okay, but I cannot delete this first one before I copy this as a special. What happens when I delete it? Let's go ahead and delete it. Control minus. See, it will bring an error within it. We shall only be left with the formula within it without data. So before deleting the original column or original data, you have to copy and paste your data as a value so that you can remove the function within it, so that it doesn't give you an error symbols like this. So I'll press Ctrl Z to go back. I highlight my data range. I click Ctrl C to copy it. Come to the home tab, under paste option, I'll paste as values. Okay, so that I remove the function or the formula. Okay, I'll do the same as here, paste as values. So as you can see, there are no formulas now within. Now I can go ahead and delete these two columns, but before I do that, let me first copy my header. Ctrl C and Ctrl V. Okay, so I can go ahead and delete these two columns with the Ctrl minus. So my first row, it's now clean and neat. Okay, we shall go ahead to go to the second column. Now this second column, I would like to only remove the extra spaces. Okay, so I'll use the trim function. I'll come to the next column beside it. I press Ctrl Shift plus to add an empty column. I come to the cell next to the data which I want to clean. I press equal sign. I write trim. Now this trim removes all spaces from the text string except for single spaces between words. What it does, it deletes the space before and after the word. But what happens in case when you have two names, like you can see here, we have James Smith, but there is a space separating James and Smith. Trim function does not delete that space, only it handles or it deletes the space before and after. So I'll go ahead and double click my trim function. I click my data, I close my brackets, I hit enter, then I would double click at the end to copy my data all the way down. But now it's clean and no spaces within it. But remember, I cannot delete the original data before I copy and paste my clean data as a formula, as a value, so that I remove the formula or functions. So I'll go ahead and copy my data, Ctrl C, come under home tab, paste option, I paste as value so that I eliminate the functions within it. Now I can go ahead and delete this old column. I first copy my header, paste it here as you can see, then I can go ahead and delete my old column with Ctrl minus. Okay, I'll go ahead and do the same here. I'll just also clean the spaces, extra spaces, so Ctrl Shift plus to add a new column. I'll go ahead, equal sign, trim. Okay, I'll double click it, click my data range, I close my blanket, I hit enter, then I double clicked, then I press Ctrl C, come to the home tab, paste as value as you can see, copy this here, then Ctrl minus to delete the old column. Now I'll come to my next column which has my phone numbers. Okay, in this I want to remove the separator so that I remain with the phone number only. I'll use the substitute function. I'll come to the next cell within next column, beside it Ctrl Shift plus to add a new column. I hit equal sign, then I start typing substitute. I double click it, I click my data range, comma, space, open parenthesis, separator, want to remove that, comma, open parenthesis, close it, close bracket, hit enter. I come, I double click, it copy itself all the way down as you can see, but I hit Ctrl C, home tab, paste option, paste as value as you can see, but you notice that it has some spaces beside it. So how to remove that? We shall go back, Ctrl Z, I'll come here, I'll add some function here which is proper trim, which is trim function, so that I remove the extra spaces. We found it okay, just 1 second, double click, then Ctrl C, home tab, paste as value, then I can go ahead and I delete my old column. As you can see, it brought some green color here. I'll explain why. Let's first finish this. I'll come here again. Here you notice, like here in this column of the names column, it has some capital and small letters within, in between, at the end, at the start. They are all mixed up. So here we shall use the proper function and the trim function. So I'll go to the next cell beside my data, I click equal sign, I write trim, I write proper, I hit the cell, close my bracket, I hit enter, double click all the way down. But you notice that in my data there are still some spaces before and after, so I want to eliminate those spaces also. So I'll come to the first cell here. I come to the formula bar here. I will add trim function here so that I make my data. I close my previous here. I double click here, copy it again. As you can see now, it's clean and easy. Copy my name here. Then I can go ahead, highlight my data range, Ctrl C to copy as value so that I eliminate the functions within it. So I can go ahead and delete my old column. Now as you can see, our data is clean and nice, and it's easy now for sharing and representing to the boss, or it's ready for future insights. Okay, so I'll go ahead and add some features here. I'll highlight my headers. I'll come to the home tab. I put some color, maybe this. I'll increase the font size. I'll make this as white. So I will highlight this. I put it some bold, but no need bold. I'll put some Ctrl A. Put some borders, all. I'll go to the view tab. I remove the grid line. As you can see, our data is nice, easy, and ready for sharing or to represent to our boss. Now that's how we use the trim, proper, and substitute function within Excel in data cleaning. But don't forget to check out our latest video on how to remove or deleting objects within Excel sheet. Thank you. Hit that subscription button, like, share, and be